Hello there. We are starting this weekend off on a relatively showery theme, and so far this morning we've already seen some heavy showers, longer spells of rain for parts of northern, southeastern Scotland, down into Merseyside, Wales and southwest England as well. Elsewhere there has been some sunshine to kick off Saturday, but increasingly into the afternoon we'll see those showers developing a bit more widely. Could be quite on the heavy side, some sharp ones with the odd rumble of thunder in there as well. For northeastern areas of England, this is where winds will be lightest today, and that will allow those showers to turn slow moving, so potential for some travel disruption with surface water issues and localised flooding. Elsewhere there's a bit more of a breeze around, so that will help move the showers through at a slightly quicker pace, also allow for a little bit of sunshine in between those showers as well. A touch cloudier for parts of Northern Ireland into western northern Scotland, and it could be quite gusty along some coastlines here as well. Generally temperatures just slightly below average for the time of year, generally ranging between 17 and 21 degrees Celsius. As we head into this evening, those showers will continue on for a time, but eventually they will slowly ease their way out, and it will turn largely dry for central eastern areas of England, with the skies turning clearer. Could allow for some isolated mist and fog patches to form overnight though as well. Showers persisting for western England into Wales, parts of northern Scotland as well, seeing some light and drizzly showers underneath the cloud that will persist here, but it will be a relatively cool night for many of us. Towns and cities dropping down to around 10-12 degrees Celsius, but some rural spots could also drop into single figures as well. Once any of that early mist and fog clears off across parts of eastern England and Scotland, it will be a relatively bright and sunny start, seeing the best of the conditions really. But into the afternoon, those showers that are in the west will gradually push their way eastwards. Some of those could again be on the heavy side, but probably a reduced chance of seeing the thunderstorms and lightning tomorrow. Further west then, it's this band of light and drizzly rain that's going to start pushing its way into Northern Ireland, far west of Scotland, turning into quite an overcast, damp day here, and that will also hold our temperatures back, not seeing much higher than mid to high teens. Elsewhere, perhaps temperatures just climbing by a degree or so thanks to that sunshine, so climbing towards 22, maybe an isolated 23 degrees Celsius across parts of southeastern England. Into the evening again, the showers continuing on for a time before they eventually fade their way off and allow for some drier conditions to develop. This band of rain in the west though will gradually push its way eastward, so for Northern Ireland turning drier and a better evening to end the day compared to what they will experience throughout the day itself, but the drizzle persisting through the Highlands, Argyll and Bute, the Isle of Man and down into Wales as well. This band of rain will slowly drift its way eastwards as we head into Monday as well, but it will continue to fizzle out as it does so. And that is because high pressure is building its way in from the Atlantic as we head into the bank holiday Monday for some of us. Hello there, welcome to your latest weather updates. Bit of a mixed picture so far through Sunday, actually a decent amount of sunshine. First thing across north and eastern areas of Scotland into central Wales, southeastern England as well. But we do have some blustery showers pushing through the central belt down into the southern borders region. Also this rain starting to push into parts of southwest England and Wales. Both of those features are associated with areas of low pressure that are just gradually shifting their way eastwards as we head throughout the day. So whilst we will still see some showers bubbling up across mainland Scotland, down into northern England as well throughout this afternoon, generally those showers are filtering their way off into the North Sea. But this rain in the southwest is going to continue to progress its way inwards. Some heavier bursts possible across parts of Wales into Northern Ireland later on, and also some outbreaks eventually reaching the southeastern areas of England as well. The breeze also just beginning to build up a touch, and in that making it feel relatively cool with all that cloud and rain around. Temperatures not much higher than 19 degrees Celsius across the far southwest, but pushing towards 22-23 degrees Celsius where you hold on to the sunshine across the very far east of England, and also not too bad of a day in those sunnier spells in between the showers across Scotland as well. Actually feeling the benefit of that sunshine across Scotland because this is where the winds are going to be lightest. So quite a pleasant day up here, but that breeze is really starting to build in from the southwest. Gusts of 30 pushing towards 35 miles an hour are possible around some coastal areas as we head throughout this afternoon and into this evening as this rain continues to progress its way eastwards overnight. Again, some heavier bursts possible, particularly northern England into Northern Ireland later on. Quite a grey and murky end to the day as well. Some low cloud and fog around over the hills and coastal areas across the southwest as well. Rain gradually tracking its way into parts of the central belt, Argyll and Bute, but the northeastern areas of Scotland once again largely staying dry with some clearer spells, and actually could feel a bit chilly first thing on Monday morning underneath those clear skies, getting down to around 5 degrees Celsius in some sheltered villages across parts of the Highlands, but it'll be a much warmer and humid night everywhere else underneath that cloud. Temperatures in some towns and cities not dropping much below 16 or 17 degrees Celsius. We'll still have those outbreaks of rain first thing on Monday morning, particularly some heavy bursts across the Channel Islands, lingering into southern coast of England as well. The strongest winds here will ease down throughout the day, but it still is going to remain relatively breezy for most of us. Showers for the bulk of England, Wales into Northern Ireland, but a few brighter spells just trying to push their way through at times, so might actually make it feel a touch warmer compared to Sunday for some areas of southern Wales into southwest England, where those brighter spells do begin to develop. But it does look now that the rain could track its way into parts of the southern Highlands, parts of Moray and Aberdeenshire. So with all that cloud and rain that does push its way into Scotland, probably feeling a touch cooler compared to Sunday here. Temperatures held back around 17 degrees Celsius, closer towards 22 degrees Celsius in that sunshine further towards the south.
Hello, a real roller coaster in our weather over the next few days. We'll see temperatures rising and then falling again as we move through the rest of the weekend into the beginning of next week. And the reason for this is low pressure systems moving in from the Atlantic, bringing mild, wet and windy weather. However, as that moves away, the cold northerly air returns. Arctic air flooding south. Later Monday and into Tuesday, seeing the risk of snow once more. On saying that, we still have the risk of snow through the rest of Saturday as this weather system moves into the colder air, the Pennines up into the Scottish mountains, perhaps 2 or 3 centimetres in places, up to 10 across the tops of the mountains in Scotland, and temperature-wise, 2 or 3 degrees at best in that colder air. Elsewhere though, behind that weather system, we'll see temperatures rising through the night, 6, 7, 8 degrees to start Sunday morning. It does mean an icy start across parts of Scotland, northeast England first thing. As that weather system moves away though, it brightens up for a time. Much of England and Wales having a bright day, some sunny spells, though it does cloud over from the west as we move through into the afternoon. Outbreaks of rain pushing into Northern Ireland, later into southern Scotland, northern England, and also southwest England too. And temperatures exceptionally mild, 13 or 14 degrees. In fact, double figures for the vast majority of us, so it will feel more like spring. And unlike what we've seen the last few days where temperatures have really struggled to get much above freezing, though this will be accompanied by some brisk winds around the coast, and any lying snow will quickly melt away. Into the evening time, it turns more unsettled. We see this low pressure system moving in, outbreaks of rain across the whole of the country, which can be heavy at times. Increasing winds too, gales developing around some Irish Sea coasts, and temperatures as a result exceptionally mild, not falling any lower than 9 or 10 in places, though northerly winds across northern Scotland here, 2 or 3 degrees, so some icy stretches, some wintry showers to take us into Monday morning here. And as that cold air tries to sink a little bit further south, does mean that the rain turns to snow over the higher ground across Scotland once more. This rain band slowly pushes its way southwards through the day into parts of northern England, Wales once clearing Northern Ireland. England and Wales, the rest of, will see a mixture of sunny spells and heavy showers. And it will be a windy day on Monday, gales around the coast, particularly across England and Wales, and temperatures, well, 13, 14 degrees once more. Behind this weather front, the colder air sinking south, so temperatures dropping as the day goes on, and increasing risk of wintry showers as well across northern parts of Scotland. That cold air then continues to sink south as we move through the latter part of Monday and into Tuesday. We'll see an increased risk of snow showers in places through the day on Tuesday, overnight frosts becoming widespread and harsh in places, and it will still remain quite windy in places too. So quite a lot going on with the weather over the next few days.
Hello. We may well have turned the page on the calendar into meteorological spring, but the weather's certainly feeling quite wintry over the next few days. We've got a cold blast of northerly air on the way this week. Some snow and ice through the early part of the week, particularly for parts of northern and eastern Scotland and northeast England. Through the second half of this week, a bit of a change, a chance for a time of more widespread rain, sleet and snow. Lower confidence on the details later in the week as milder air tries to work in. But for the here and now, here's a weather front which is pushing its way gradually south during the course of Monday, introducing that colder air. So some snow showers from the word go across parts of northern and eastern Scotland. A little bit of rain early on for parts of northern England and Northern Ireland. Some winteriness over the highest ground. To the south of that, though, it's a mix of some breaks in the cloud, but also some drizzly showers around too. Still reasonably mild for this stage, around about 7 to 10 in the south. But further north, temperatures at their highest around 2 to 6, but certainly feeling colder when you add on that brisk northerly breeze across parts of Scotland and northeast England. Now moving through Monday evening and overnight, again snow and ice developing for northern and eastern Scotland, northeast England as well. Further south, a band of cloud and outbreaks of rain pushing south across England and Wales. So I think still just about frost-free in the far south under that cloud to start Tuesday. But further north, cold start to the day. Clear skies, a bit more sunshine developing for most of us on Tuesday. But again, this feed of cold northerly air bringing in more of those snow showers. So there could be about 5 to 10 centimetres of snow by the time we get to Tuesday across parts of northern and eastern Scotland, northeast England as well, seeing some of those wintry flurries. Cloud gradually clearing from the south, and then we're all in the clearer, colder air. So typically around about 4 or 5 degrees at best for most of us Tuesday afternoon. But again, we have got that blast of northerly winds. So when you add on the wind chill, it'll feel sub-zero for many of us. Aberdeen, for instance, feeling around about -4 with those snow showers. Now, by the end of Tuesday, we could see up to 20 centimetres of snow over the highest ground in Scotland. But typically across this region, about 5 to 10 centimetres of snow possible. Certainly enough to cause some travel disruptions, some icy conditions as well. Wednesday dawn, it's going to be really cold, even in some of our towns and cities, -4 or -5. But across the central parts of Scotland, the sheltered glens could get down to about -10. A very cold start to your Wednesday then. Fewer wintry showers, I think, compared to Monday and Tuesday, but then we've got more rain, potentially some sleet and some snow starting to push in from the southwest. But ahead of that, most places largely dry, typically about 4 or 5 degrees. But let's move through the middle of the week, Wednesday into Thursday. As that frontal system tries to nudge in from the southwest, it will try to introduce this milder air. You can see the yellow colours here, but it's bumping into the very cold air that's in place across much of the UK. So the potential for a spell of fairly heavy sleet and snow during the course of Thursday, I think, for some central areas, probably turning back to rain in the south as that milder air pushes its way in. But I should tell you at this stage there is significant uncertainty, so take it with a pinch of salt as we head through into Friday as well. Looks like we've still got that mild air that's trying to move in from the south, but it could well fall as snow for a time as it bumps into the colder air, particularly for parts of northern England, I think, for Scotland too. Further south, could well see some fairly heavy spells of rain and some brisk winds as well. But it really will be that wintry mix of some rain, some sleet and some snow through the middle to the end of the week. You'll notice the temperatures on the rise in the south, but staying quite cold and quite wintry further north as well. We'll keep you up to date over the next few days. Bye-bye.
Hello there, welcome to your latest forecast. And we've got some rain coming its way southeastwards through the course of today. Thereafter though, high pressure building and a fair amount of fine weather to be had as we move through the week ahead, but temperatures certainly no great shakes for this stage in the year. So let's look at the bigger picture then as we move through Sunday. We've got this front slowly shuffling its way southeastwards across the UK. To its rear though, pressure building from the west into a cooler air mass, so hence those temperatures taking a bit of a downturn. But the surface pressure pattern doesn't tell the entire story. If we look at the upper level winds, so think of this as being the approximate dip in the jet stream, you can see this dip just coming across eastern England here. And in amongst all that, there's some colder air higher up in the atmosphere, and that plus surface heating from the strong sunshine this time of year means we've got a few showers which are likely to break out. So despite the pressure building in from the west, it's not an entirely dry picture as we move into Monday. Back to the here and now then, and we've got a bit of a three-way split then really for this afternoon. To the northwest of this front, we've got brightening skies and a few showers for northern and western Scotland, maybe the odd shower for Northern Ireland too. This front making slow progress though across the rest of Scotland into northern England, perhaps western fringes of Wales and maybe the far southwest of England by this afternoon. But ahead of that, where we've got a lot of low cloud and some mist and fog first thing this morning, well that should lift and thin for most of us, although few eastern coastal areas of England may stay rather grey, but inland some warm sunshine coming through, and where we've got the best of the sunshine and with light winds, 20 or 21 degrees is certainly possible. Right on the coast, so it could stay a bit on the cool side. And to the northwest of this front, remember into that cooler air mass, those temperatures down several degrees compared to what we saw on Saturday. Now through Sunday evening, this front will continue to make its way slowly southeast, with perhaps the odd heavier burst of rain developing for a time across parts of eastern England. Shouldn't amount to much for most though, and then skies clearing quite widely away from the far southeast of England, albeit with a few showers across northwest Scotland. And where we've got those clear skies and with fairly light winds for many places, it's going to be quite a chilly night. So temperatures in towns and cities well down into single figures. The coldest spots across northern Britain may not be far short of freezing. But the chilly start will be compensated for by plenty of sunshine for the majority of places as we go into Monday morning. Showers, though, will get going quite quickly across northern Scotland, and as we move on through the day with the strong May sunshine, remember we've got that colder air aloft, so we're going to see those showers bubbling up a bit more widely across eastern England and eastern Scotland. And the odd heavier burst is not out of the question. West is definitely best, though, for sunshine, and with lighter winds here, I think it will feel warmest. But you'll notice for all parts of the UK, those temperatures will be down quite a bit compared to what we've seen over the weekend. So 17, 18 degrees at best for many places, rooted into the mid-teens. And as we go on through Monday evening, we'll see those showers slowly fading away from eastern areas as we lose the heating of the day. This weather front then giving northern Scotland a glancing blow through Tuesday, but for many places we will see pressure building from the west as we move on through the middle part of the week. Temperature pattern underneath here showing some chilly nights, pleasant enough by day, but certainly quite chilly by night for the time of year. And then this weather front threatening western areas with some patchy rain as we move into Thursday. So a summary then for the week ahead, and after the rain clears away from southeast England, I think a lot of dry weather for many parts of the UK. Yes, there will be a few showers, but on the whole I think a dry story for most. But whilst it's not been particularly warm by day, the nights will certainly be quite chilly, so gardeners and growers certainly be aware of that.
Bonsoir à tous, je vous accompagne pour cette météo avec pas mal d'instabilité encore aujourd'hui. Perturbation qui s'est étirée ici entre le nord de l'Aquitaine vers le nord-est. À l'arrière, un temps plus calme et pas mal de champs nuageux qui ont pu traverser une partie de la Bretagne et de la Normandie. Le ciel s'est ouvert néanmoins de ce côté-là et est resté ouvert en Méditerranée. Deux nouveaux départements en vigilance orange canicule se sont rajoutés, l'Ain et l'Isère, actifs à partir de ce dimanche matin, tandis que le Rhône est toujours en vigilance orange canicule. Les températures seront encore élevées cette nuit et certainement dimanche, et ensuite risque de feux de forêt élevé encore pour le Vaucluse ainsi que le Var, puisque là on a encore un petit flux maritime qui va s'imposer et qui va permettre de diminuer le risque, mais tout de même tout est bien sec et pas de pluie à l'horizon. Donc un réveil encore chargé ici, sud-ouest, nord-est en passant par la région centre, beaucoup de nuages, peu de précipitations. À l'arrière, ciel variable mais à tendance très nuageuse. On espère durant l'après-midi que ça s'ouvre un peu plus avec une alternance vraiment de nuages mais aussi de très belles éclaircies. On a aussi des entrées maritimes qui seront parfois un peu nombreuses avec ce flux marin de ce côté-là et qui pourront perdurer durant l'après-midi. Et on a un risque orageux sur les reliefs qui va pouvoir se déclencher de ce côté-là. Parlons de ces températures. Elles seront donc encore bien chaudes vers la vallée du Rhône, mais aussi la Méditerranée. Nice aussi avec 23 degrés. En revanche, ailleurs, pas d'excès. 14 à 17 degrés, 19 degrés jusqu'à Strasbourg pour la moitié nord. Et puis durant l'après-midi, on remet ça, des valeurs chaude vers la Méditerranée. On va très facilement les 30 degrés et vers la vallée du Rhône, Lyon notamment, mais aussi Grenoble, on atteint ces 36 degrés. Ailleurs, on est dans des valeurs de saison sans excès tout de même. Ça sera l'inverse de ces prochains jours et de la semaine prochaine d'ailleurs. On termine sur une note plutôt calme, en tout cas sur la moitié nord dimanche. Lundi également d'ailleurs, un temps un petit peu moins perturbé, mais beaucoup plus de vent. Un vent d'autant qui se renforce. Et puis mardi, on commence à avoir de
l'instabilité à nouveau ici sur la région centre et ça remonte vers l'Alsace et la Champagne-Ardenne, la Lorraine principalement, quelques entrées maritimes vers le golfe du Lion et un flux de secteur sud ici vers la vallée du Rhône, 26 degrés en moyenne sur la moitié nord, 31 sur la moitié sud. On a une petite journée de transition avec le champ d'eau de pression qui commence à s'élever mercredi, ça va assécher la masse d'air, ça signifie normalement un ensoleillement assez intéressant, mais tout de même encore un risque orageux entre l'Aquitaine et le nord-est. Et puis je vous ai choisi jeudi parce que là le champ d'eau de pression va commencer à nous impacter plus sérieusement avec un temps sec, le retour du soleil pour tout le monde, mais aussi d'une hausse importante des températures qui serait confirmée pour le week-end prochain, donc à savoir vendredi et samedi, des températures qui vont dépasser certainement les 30 degrés sur l'ensemble du pays. C'est une nouvelle offensive, cette fois-ci estivale, qui s'installe.